This is to certify that Movie Chats has been classified for live streaming.
Hey, he's not even here. I'm special. Hey, everybody. Well, let him in, shall we? There he is. He don't like this, so he's got to figure out how to change it around now.
No, I can figure out how to change it around. I just wanted to give you and Chris the glory of being on Movie Chats together again.
Like the good old days before you joined, yeah?
That was right, yeah. Before I took over the show.
Hey, everybody. How are you well?
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another weekly live stream of Movie Chat. As you can see, we have a special guest from the off with us this week in Carboot, Chris. Chris was the main driver behind Movie Chats. He was one of the originals here. So it's always a pleasure to have him back with us, Chris. Welcome again, my friend.
Thank you.
I feel like I've seen him twice today now.
I feel like I've been on a charity live thing this week. This is my fourth live. Can somebody donate something or something? I'm just sick of it.
You get enough people donating to your channel, mate. You don't need any more. Right. So this week we're gonna try and keep to our segments. However, we have a very special featured actor this week, and this is the reason why I said to Chris, would he like to come on, which is Tom Hanks. Now, well, we were discussing it before the show. Steve and I struggled to get a top five. However, we have got about 25 honourable mentions.
It could be a long one.
This could be a long one, so this is why I said we'll try and keep to the segments as much as we can. Other than that, we'll just go on a tangent about Tom Hanks. So either way, it's going to be a great show. So welcome, Sharon. Thank you for joining us. Pat's in. Mrs. Love's in.
Welcome, Mrs. Love.
Joanne's in. And Kathy's in. There we go. So if you are watching, you've not said hello, please say hello. Hiya, Mac. You all right? Right. Let's move on straight away then. Let's jump into Homework movie. Okay. Okay, so this week's Homework movie was the awesome Evil Dead. Now, we're talking about the Bruce Campbell Evil Dead, not the shoddy remake out a couple of years ago. Chris, I know this is sort of a curveball for you because you don't really do mainstream movies, do you? You being a B-movie hero.
B-movie expert.
What? I like the Evil Dead, the original. I can't say I've watched it recently, but last time I watched it, I mean, I love it for the I don't know what you say, like state of the art effects of its day.
Well, this is it.
Very good. I love it.
Steve, your views?
Yeah, I was watching it back again today. I've not seen it in a few years, the first one, because I've always favoured the second and the third. But I watched it back again today, and I mean, obviously, it was on a massive, very low budget on it. And I think
very low budget.
I know what I was trying to say. It was massive, but it was on a very low budget. It ended up being a massive film, but the special effects definitely show. I think now, to be fair, it's it's a good film. I enjoy it.
I think that's what its charm is. That
I
like it for that.
Yeah,
it's a bit like the old sort of 80s, 90s sort of horrors that use proper puppetry.
Yeah.
It's much. I prefer it.
I was just about to say, I prefer. We were talking the other week about how the mainstream horror now is just all jump scare, it's all CGI, it's all going to happen, etc. Where this, going back on this, and I do enjoy the puppets. I do enjoy the special effects and the reverse special effects where you see things melted and stuff like that. and it's brilliant. But I also don't mind the fact that they never hid that Evil Dead 2 was just a remake of the first one.
Yeah.
And it was just let's get right what we should have got right in the first one, in the second one, and I don't mind that whatsoever, because it was sort of like his school, sort of college cinematic sort of grading movie, wasn't it? Really, it was just let's go out and this is my first one, let's go and do it. Bruce Campbell is just absolutely superb through the trilogy of films. He just gets better and better and better, and I think
say that, yeah.
I think they just learn how to use his comedic values all the way through, and it, like I say, he just gets better and better throughout. But yeah, it is an awesome film, and like you say, the special effects in it is just superb. For a film of what it was on the first one, I'm trying not to talk about the second and third one too much because we are talking about the original. Is there any particular standout points to this? To the first one that when you rewatched it, did it go, yeah, I forgot about that, but how cool was that?
No, I'd like to say I think it's just the sort of the beginning of that character of Ash, and like you say, I think they played around with him a little bit in that one, and then obviously they sort of let him loose within the sort of second and third movies.
Yeah.
But no, I think that was it for me, really. I think the special effects, like you say, they were of the age, really, of them. But it still stands up today, and it's refreshing to see something like that. And that's what we were talking about the other day, weren't we? At the end of the day, we'd rather see something sort of brought modern times but with that sort of special effects and stuff. I think it'd be something different for people to see, especially for the generations that probably haven't seen all of these older films.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to my eldest the other day, Jess, and it's like, have you seen this film? Have you seen that film? And she's 15 now, so she can start watching stuff. And she feels like she's lived under a rock because there's certain songs from certain bands she's never heard before, and then there's certain movies that she's not seen before. Yeah. And it's like, well, are you sure you're my daughter? Well, this is one of them, and I was talking to her about the Evil Dead and stuff like that, and like, yeah, you need to watch these films just to get an appreciation of how shit the current standard of horror films is.
I don't think they watch films though of that age. I think it's just all YouTube and
I think
stream. They don't watch anything on telly or anything.
No, I mean to quote Ronaldo last night, it's the attention span of this generation, isn't it? That's the biggest problem. I think people, the sort of generation now, will be quite happy to sit there for half an hour to watch a YouTube video. But having said that, though, Chris, the majority of movies come out these days, they're 2.5 hour, 3 hour long.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? I think sort of for our generation, especially, it was an hour and a half, 2 hours. You thought that was a long film at 2 hours.
Yeah.
But I don't think they've got the attention span.
I've just been reading up on Dune 2. And the original runtime for that was 5 hours.
Unbelievable.
Now the first one was what, 3 hours, 3.5 hours. The second one they were saying is 5 hours, and they're struggling to cut that down. So you're probably going to get another 3.5 hour film for the second side. Now this was what 90 minutes.
Yeah, if that. Sorry, go on.
If they said to you, "Oh, we're going to do a Dune series," and it's going to be eight lots of 40 minutes, you'd be quite happy to sit there and binge it, wouldn't you, in 5 hours?
Yeah.
You'd sit there and watch it. But if they said it's going to be a 5 hour film, you wouldn't watch it.
Well, I think the difference is, and that with an 8 episode series compared to a 5 hour film, you've got natural breaks, haven't you?
Yeah.
The end of each episode or whatever, you can get up, you can move around. In a 5 hour film, you're pausing it and you're doing, if you miss anything in a 5 hour film, it's hard to catch up if that's a key point that you've missed. 85 minutes this was.
Yeah. Well, like I say, it wasn't massively long.
So the first one's 85 minutes, the second one's 84 minutes, and the third one's 81 minutes.
Yeah.
So they were, Yeah, getting shorter each time, but the quality goes up.
I think so. Like I say, I love the third one. The second one's good though. But if I had to sort of do it in an order, it'd be 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Don't think I've ever seen the third one, to be honest.
Oh my god,
You've
Second
not
one,
seen
yeah.
Army of Darkness.
it is by far the funniest one.
What's it called?
Army of Darkness
Oh, yeah, I have seen it. I didn't recognise it as
with
being
his,
the
with his
third.
boomstick.
So what's the second one called?
Evil Dead 2.
Oh, I have seen them all. Then.
Which they've pulled the Jurassic Park versus Jurassic World there, Christy. Just remade the first film, but and just give it a 2 on the end.
Okay, whatever.
Right. If you've not seen The Evil Dead, and we're not spoiling anything here for you guys, this film's been out, what was it, 87, 88, something like that?
Yeah, a while.
Yeah, so go and watch them, and you will laugh. They're not like your typical horror movie. You will laugh through them as well. The comedy's quite good.
I think the difference with these ones, though, mate, is that because of the Ash versus Evil Dead, I think that probably sparked a few more people watching them than sort of would have done. So I think there's probably quite a generation of people. I was talking about like the latest sort of generations. I bet some of them have gone back and watched them based on the fact that those series were out.
Sadly, I've got a 12+ hour attention span. Yes. I think we're all of that age now where our bladders are letting us down. Good evening, Peter. Thank you for joining us, sir. Thank you for popping in. Right, let's move on to the reason why we've got Mr. Hayden with us here.
Yeah, okay.
Right. The featured actor this week is Tom Hanks. Now, you might have noticed that we didn't run the wheel to pick Tom Hanks. Chris and Steve and I talk on a Facebook group quite often, and we do talk quite a bit. And Tom Hanks, we know, is Chris's favourite actor, and we wanted to get him on the show. So we sort of made this happen, so to speak. We forced him into it. We knew he was going to be YouTube. We knew he was going to be YouTube. He's a YouTube whore this week because he's been on his own and he's jumping on several other channels. So we thought we might as well jump in on this as well.
That's
I reckon you could probably do that yourself, couldn't you? Just paint that on a ball.
Probably, yeah. Why would you though? It's only like 15 quid or something.
Oh, fair enough.
Mr. Tonk says the World Cup winner's in the house.
Hey, Tonks.
He got
he's talking about me?
He's talking about Belle. Where's she?
I'm quite happy with Denmark. I think I've got a nice easy group of France, Tunisia, and Australia. So I know I'm going through.
Second at least.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, the World Cup starts next week. We can discuss that next week. Chris, would you like to enlighten us with your top 5 Tom Hanks movies?
Okay. I had to look back through everything because I thought I want to get this right this time, because a lot of the time you just go, off the top of my head, and then you forget something.
Well, he took some real time on this one, hasn't he?
I put some effort into this. I'm not just coming on a wing and a prayer. Right. Okay. Top 5, but not in an order because it's impossible to put it in order. Right. So we've got Forrest Gump.
Right.
Green Mile.
Yep.
Castaway.
Right.
Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
And Saving Private Ryan. But I've got 2 big shouts that didn't make it. Splash.
Yep.
Because it was Tom Hanks' first feature film. And it's amazing. It's his first film.
Really? I thought it might have been that Paint Red or whatever it was. That red one.
Splash was his first one. And big because it's part of everybody's childhood, really, isn't it?
From our era, yeah.
Big. But yeah, that's my sort of top.
There's a lot you've left out there, Chris.
But there's if you're asking me to do 5, I've left at least 10 out that could have got in there. You know,
yeah,
some
you've
amazing films.
See, you've mentioned Forrest Gump, Green Mile. They didn't even make my mentions list.
How?
What?
That's why I was
Steve,
pulling the
you've got the
faces.
button. Little
That's
Steve.
how.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I was pulling the faces when you said that, because how have I not got them in my mentions list?
Unbelievable.
But there's a few that I would love to have put in there, but didn't make it.
Steve, what's yours, mate? Do you want to go with yours?
Yeah, so I've gone with Forrest Gump, Green Mile, The Terminal, The Da Vinci Code, and Catch Me If You Can. And I have a shed load of. But I will narrow it down to League of Their Own and The Money Pit. Only because I don't think many people would have that one on there.
What, The Money Pit?
Yeah. I think it's fucking hilarious.
See, I've gone
This shows right how good his films are, because we've all pretty much picked different ones. Probably, I'm guessing Steve has come out with 5 different ones.
So I've gone with in no particular order.
Sleepless in Seattle. What else?
You got Mail.
The Burbs.
Yeah.
Burbs. Road to Perdition. I absolutely love that film. Captain Phillips, that just tugs on my heartstrings.
That's another one I thought Chris would have.
When he ends up going down in that escape boat, and I'm thinking, Christ, he ain't getting out of this. Saving Private Ryan and The Terminal. But then I've also got 8 mentions here. I've got Apollo 13, Catch Me If You Can, Sleepless in Seattle, Joe versus the Volcano, Turner and Hooch, A League of Their Own, Sully, and Castaway.
Did you mention Apollo 13 in that lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that just shows what a good actor he is and what good films he produces, that we've all come out with different ones. But what is your number one? You've got to pick one. If you had to trash all his films and save one, what would it be?
Forrest Gump.
I
don't think I could live without Forrest Gump, to be honest.
Road to Perdition, did you say?
Yeah.
Wow. I'd probably go Castaway. I just love that.
Fair enough. See, I'm not going to believe what Tam and Bell said, because they're wrong.
We'll have words about that in a few minutes when we get on to the next bit.
But this is it. I mean, looking at it, I was looking at Toy Story as well when I was looking at the list, and I was like, he's great as a voice, but I'd prefer to pick one where he's actually acting.
That's where I sort of started. Your Toy Stories, Polar Expresses, stuff like that. I didn't include any of them because to me, he's just a voiceover. Lana says the best one for her is The Terminal. Now, we love that film. It's a great film.
It's a lovely film.
Yeah. To me, the ones that resonate with me are the ones that he does that are based over true stories as well. Like, say, the Sullys and stuff like that, where he's actually Captain Phillips. He's actually playing someone that's lived through that. And the way he portrays that over the camera and stuff like that, it's just absolutely brilliant. And if anyone was to do a Movie Chats Live sort of movie, who would you get to play you based on that type of thing? Who would you?
I don't think Tom Hanks would play you, mate. I think it'd be Vin Diesel.
Jonah Hill
or The Rock. With those eyebrows.
He's more my shape.
I'm probably a bit more Jude Law-ish. I'm not sure about Chris.
Oh God! But no, so you were saying there, Castaway, Chris. If you were to bin off all the films and you were to keep one, Castaway, why would you keep Castaway?
I think Castaway, it sucks you into the situation, and I think it's got everything. He's on screen for about 50 minutes on his own. He holds the screen on his own for 50 minutes. So how many actors or actresses can genuinely do that and sort of basically run a film like that? And I just think he just pulls you into it. He pulls you into the film, and he makes you think, "What would I do in that situation?" And then it tugs on the heartstrings at the end as well. So I think it's got everything.
I think.
Do you not think that Forrest Gump is like a complete movie though?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I think the bit that gets me in Castaway is when he's looking up at the mountaintop and he's going, "No, I'm not going back up there again. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it." And then he goes up and he just pulls up the rope, and you can see where he's practiced to hang himself. And you're like, Christ, how's that just going through someone's head? And you know, Tori's joined us. Welcome, Tori.
Very
Thank
blessed.
you.
Hey, Tori.
What about Joe versus the volcano? Now I have got that in my mentions, and like you say, when you grow it up, that's one of the films that you watch time and time again because it's just such a funny film. It's not one that I've watched recently though, and this is where I struggled with this because when I was looking through his list, I was like, "Oh, that's a great one. Oh, that's a great one. Oh, that's a good one." But they're not ones that I go to watch. They're just ones that I've watched and really enjoyed. Steve, what was the one that you said? Forrest Gump.
Yeah. So Forrest Gump. No, the one for me that I think it's the most complete movie out of the ones that I like to watch of his is Forrest Gump. I mean, it's a long one, but you've got a soundtrack that's really great. And the different scenarios that he ends up in. It's just brilliant. It's a complete story for me.
It is good. And Forrest Gump, it was partway through making, they were going to bin it.
Really?
Yeah, they were on the verge of binning it. And then Tom Hanks and Bob Zemeckis, the director, they agreed to forego their payment for the film. In exchange, they said, instead of taking payment, we'll have a percentage of the taking. That's how.
He made actually pack out with that, didn't he?
Yeah, that's how involved we are in this film. That's how much we believe in it. I think Tom Hanks made about 30 million out of that.
Yeah.
And that's a lot for sort of early 90s as well. A lot of money.
Yeah. So the big question then is there any of them? What is your worst Tom Hanks movie, and why?
Are we doing a 5?
You can do. I mean, I only
Tom Hanks movies.
No, there's some bad ones as well.
I don't.
There's some I've got some controversial ones written down here.
Let's go through.
I don't enjoy.
Let's
these.
go through Chris's controversial.
I need a legitimate reason why, Chris.
I mean, don't forget he's been involved in something like 100 films in some way or another. So
yeah, he's got a 98% strike rate on success.
Right. I think the worst film he's ever done is Lady Killers.
Okay. Funny enough, that's what I've got written down.
It's terrible. It's absolute. Everything about it is awful. So that's the worst of the worst. I've also got written down. I didn't really enjoy Volunteers. It was one of his very early ones.
Yeah.
It had John Candy in it.
Yeah.
And that's actually the film where he met his wife, which is now his wife now. They met on that film. But I didn't really enjoy it. Didn't enjoy the film. I think I've watched it twice, and the second time I still didn't get along with it at all.
Okay.
Cloud Atlas. So fucking complicated. I still to this day don't understand what the film is about. I haven't got a clue. Don't get it. Not got a clue. It was billed. I mean, did it have Halle Berry in it?
Yeah.
It had some big stars in it, and it just seemed to fail miserably. So that was that one. Now this
goes back to my Con Air argument last week, because you can have a stellar cast, it doesn't make it a great film.
True.
He hasn't got a point there, by the way. Just carry on.
This one might be controversial, and I've seen it in the chat already. And someone
movie 43, is it?
The Burbs. I don't like it.
Oh, I love that film.
No, don't like it. I'm not a fan.
I just love how silly it is.
Yeah, it is, and I don't mind those kind of films, but I just don't get on with that one, The Burbs. I understand people who like it. And then there's another one of his early ones called Nothing in Common.
Okay.
It's not great. And here's the most controversial of all, I'm sure, right? I do not enjoy the Da Vinci Code series.
I love the first one. The second and third one, I believe.
Have you ever read the books?
No, I'm not a reader. No, I didn't mind the first one, but anything that confuses me, I don't enjoy, because when they get overcomplicated, and I found that the second and third started getting when you start turning to your wife and saying, "Just tell me what's going on here. Who's that?
Yeah.
What are they doing?" Yeah. I don't enjoy it when it gets to that stage, because I don't want to have to.
I understand that. I mean, it's
what's going on in a film. It annoys me, and that's not a slight on Tom Hanks. He played it well enough. It's just not my kind of film.
Yeah.
There you go. That's my worst.
I mean, he probably wouldn't have had any traction at all if Tom Hanks hadn't returned to play that character, to be fair.
Probably not.
The problem with book series that get made into films, because don't forget, around the Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons and stuff like that, we also had like the Maze Runner, and you had the Hunger Games and stuff like that, didn't you? You know, they were the Diversion series. They were jumping into that, and some of them have picked good series of books, and some just pick random series of books that they can make 3 films out of.
Yeah.
And if you don't get the first one right, it's hard to recover the rest of them, because you've already, your recurring characters and you returning characters. But then if you cock that up in the first one, that's all the way through that series, and that's all you picture. And I think that's why the Hunger Games work so well, is that they got that down packed. That first film was brilliant. Angels and Demons and the Da Vinci Code and stuff like that. If you read the books are so complicated as well. Trying to get the story of what's going on in the books and then trying to translate that onto screen, and knowing that you've only got 2 hours to do that in, and you've got such a complicated book. Look at the Lord of the Rings, for example. There's so much that they missed out of Lord of the Rings that when you read the books, it makes a lot more sense what was going on compared to what you just see 5 people running up and down hills.
Halo in a minute. Even I'm leaving, mate. Carry on, Steve. Sorry.
Shut up, dickhead. Anyway, so we're going to have a proper conversation now, Chris, because he's gone.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that's the problem with book series, is that you can't. You're trying to translate something that's 1,000 pages.
You don't always translate it completely.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good question, Junior. I don't think I haven't seen him in that. I haven't seen the actual film, but have you seen The Circle?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's okay. It's kind of middle of the road sort of Tom Hanks sort of fare. He did a few sort of around that era, that sort of period.
Yeah.
Which were sort of middle of the road, sort of average sort of films.
Yeah.
But Tori mentioned there about A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, and that is quite a nice film.
But he's not the main character though, really, is he? It's focused on that guy predominantly. The other guy.
But I do quite enjoy some of his films that are just very, very easy to watch.
Yeah.
Easy stories. Like Larry Crown's a nice one as well. Those kind of films.
See, the one I put down for that was disappointing, it wasn't really his acting in it. It was just the story in general. And that was a Hologram for a King. It was such a bland movie.
Wasn't much to it, was it? And when you watch a film like that, I mean, it was watchable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But you sit back and you think, when he got given that script, what was he thinking? What? That's not a blockbuster, is it? It's not going to win him any awards.
That is it.
We reviewed that on here.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Yeah, but it was like I say, he didn't particularly, weren't particularly his fault. It weren't bad acting. It was a movie that.
Story isn't anything spectacular, is it?
That's it, exactly. And it's one of those where you probably go, well, if it's on TV, I might watch it, but I'm not going to go out of my way to watch it again, sort of thing.
I watched a Tom Hanks film today, actually, this morning. One that I've not watched for ages, and it's billed as his probably worst performing film.
Really?
And in the States, it absolutely bombed when it came out. It lost a huge amount of money. And I watched it today, the Bonfire of the Vanities.
Okay.
And actually, quite enjoyed it.
Do you think when you get to his sort of status, though, do you think these films are genuinely damaging to his career? Like, moving forward, do you think they...
At this point in his career now?
Yeah, at this point in his career, right? Do you think that if he was the right person for the job, they'd hire him regardless? Or do you think it's... Well, actually, he's had a couple of stinkers recently.
I think if you've got Tom Hanks interested in playing one of your roles, he's 99% nailed on to get whatever he's looking
You think
to do.
he's sort of secure? It's sort of an...
Yeah. I think taking a couple of the stinkers out of the equation. If you look at Bruce Willis, for example, Bruce Willis is just... Didn't he? Yeah. His last 20 films didn't even make Netflix. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I think having 2 or 3 bad films, like say Cloud Atlas, did really, really well. No one understood it. No one is ever going to watch it again after the first attempt of trying to watch it. But it did really, really well in the cinema. Was it George Clooney did that Tomorrowland? Yeah. That was the similar scenario that did really, really well in the cinema, but no one's ever going to watch it again.
The thing is that Tomorrowland was quite an enjoyable movie, but it wasn't the big blockbuster they thought it would be. I think that's probably the best way of describing it.
I don't think he's at risk of overdoing himself. I think the problem that I've got with him now is that where does he go? Because he's not really like a father figure actor. He's not going to go down the route of like Robert De Niro where he's playing dads and granddads, is he? He's not going to go down that route.
I don't know where he goes really, but I don't see him like going on a decline. I just think maybe he'll, just be maybe just picky on what kind of things he gets involved with. But I mean, people of all walks of life and all ages and all races are depicted in films and have leading roles. So it doesn't matter how old he gets; there'll always be a role for him. In one way or another. It just be the right story for him, won't it? He'll just have to pick the right scripts that fit what he's about at the time.
I think biopics is probably a safe bet, though, isn't it? Really, those sort of things.
Yeah, I mean, he's done a few of them in the last sort of 10 years, hasn't he? With Sully and Captain Phillips,
even Elvis to a degree, and then there was another one I was thinking of. But I think they're his safe bets, really, aren't they?
Would you like to see any? My big bugbear about the sequels 20, 30 years after the originals. Would you like to see any sequels to any of the films that he's done? He doesn't really do sequel. Well, I know he's done like the...
No, because I think a lot of the movies that he does, they have a start, a middle, and an end. A lot of them are complete stories. They're often one-off complete stories. Do you know what I mean? So it's difficult for him. He's not coming. I mean, look at that with the Da Vinci Code. That's probably the only ones where I would say that he had a recurring character. Everything else has had a story that's been completed within that film. I don't know if there'd be anything you really want to do, really.
No.
Would you like to see? Would you like to see like a sequel to like Turner and Hooch or something like that, where he's the police captain and he's got like a young cop coming through?
No, not really.
I wouldn't do it again. I mean, they tried to do Turner and Hooch with that series, didn't they? It was like a bit of a series that come out. I'm sure there was, wasn't there?
I think what you mean.
That was the series of him, though, wasn't it? What happened after the film type of thing?
There was a link to the film, and it was Turner in the film. Wasn't he like dad or granddad or something in the series? Because they referred back to him. But no, I don't think that worked either.
The thing is, nowadays that's getting, for me, that's more of a lazy way of just getting a name for the sake of having a name, though, isn't it? In the movies, if they bring it back and it's some older relative and it's now a new generation, it's the same thing that keeps getting done over and over again.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you then: do you think like mid to late 80s Tom Hanks could have played Marty McFly?
Yeah,
I think so. I think it would have been a different version of him.
Yeah, been a different kind of person, but he was that kind of age. He could have pulled it off.
What was his name? Was it Schultz, the guy that was supposed to play him originally?
Eric Schultz, yeah.
Eric Schultz, that's the one. you know, I mean, that was a lot darker of a character, wasn't it? You know,
There's
so
still 2 scenes in Back to the Future that he's in.
oh yeah, I
One's,
know they used it,
one's
didn't
the
they?
cafe scene, isn't it?
Yeah, but I
But
would still say that we'd never know. But I would say he with his energy, I'd probably say he'd do a decent job because back then he
see,
had a lot of energy, didn't
Shabba's saying here that Matthew Broderick, but wouldn't that have just been Ferris Bueller's Day Off in time travel?
Plus, he also looks a little bit like him, doesn't it? He looks a little bit like Michael J. Fox, so it's kind of a visual similarity there as well.
Now, you know what I'm like for me comparisons. Which one would you prefer, Sleepers in Seattle or You've Got Mail?
Sleepless in Seattle. I enjoy them both, to be fair, but I would say it was like a sequel almost, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, and I think the original was better, slightly better.
Yeah.
You just tried to modernize it by doing it over remake.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, exactly. It was rinse and repeat. It was the same thing, wasn't it?
It was Jurassic Park all over again, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or Star Wars. Star Wars all over again.
Tori's not.
All right, you got mail.
Tori's cat amongst the pigeons there, isn't she?
Tori's gone for the modern version.
So Jason said he enjoyed That Thing You Do. Yeah, that's a good movie as well.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I've watched that.
Backy boy, you've got spam. Yeah, nowadays it just goes straight into your spam box, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
I didn't get that message, love.
Yeah, just get stuck with all the other plenty of fish notifications.
There's a girl in your area and all that jazz.
He'll be on in a minute. It's around about now that he sends us his first message. Right, while we've got you on then, Chris, let's do our wheels and stuff, and we'll get that sorted. In the meantime, while I'm setting this up, is there another biopic film that you'd like to see Tom Hanks do?
It's a difficult one, not without knowing sort of what, because a lot of the biopics are things that you've not necessarily heard of.
That's very true. It's very, very true.
There is a film coming out.
Is there anyone that you've seen? Right.
What? Sorry. Oh, that's a good.
It's all right. He's got to put another pound in the meter for his internet. Oh, nearly. What the heck? The minus touch.
Never heard of that.
That's going back some years, I think.
That's been recommended to us by Peter Eblin.
Okay.
So this is one of the films that he's been. This is one of the films he's been trying. This is one of the films he's been trying to get me to watch for ages, and I said I've not got the time to watch it. Or I haven't got around to watching it, and now I'm going to have to watch it because it's on the wheel.
Medusa Touch, 1978. At least it's a recent one.
It's a very good year.
And let's have a look at the actors' wheel.
Yeah, where are we getting that from?
It'll be on YouTube or something. I'll ask Peter where he gets it from. Oh, well, have I closed the wrong wheel down? Oh, 2 seconds.
You don't get this sort of quality of wheels on your show, do you, Chris?
No, mine are proper organised, you know. Mine are well.
Oh,
mine are
shut up.
Jodie Foster. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. That should be a good week, I reckon.
Well, we'll see
Peter,
what the film's like first.
The Wheel of Destiny reset. Stand by. Ah, yeah. Yeah.
What's he saying? Stand by. Oh, you reset
because
it.
we were running the wheels, weren't we? Right, yeah. So Peter is
Chapmeister.
I wouldn't say he pesters me, but he recommends films and then asks me if I watch them, and I haven't, and I don't get around to watching them. But this is one of the ones there, so I've got no excuse now. So I'm going to have to watch it. And then
well, speaking of movies that you need to watch, Steve,
you're going to ask me about the Justice League, aren't you now?
Considering I went out, bought that for you, and sent it you with my own pennies, just to make sure that you watched the decent version of it, and you said at the time, I'm going to sit down and watch this afternoon. How did you get on?
I never had a chance. And I know what Chris is saying before, right? About if you were watching 4-hour-long episodes, you'd watch it. And yes, I do agree with that. And I think that's what's given me my mind block, is that I've got to sit there and watch a 4-hour film. Now, I have got it. I am working from home tomorrow. I will put it on and I'll watch it, and I'll tell you how it goes tomorrow. And then I'll do the homework movie.
Right, okay.
Okay. Is that okay with you, Steve?
Well, I mean, how are you getting on watching your B movie I sent you, Chris?
Not yet.
Your Jurassic one I sent.
Well, did you see that in that video I made? I put a little clip of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you, or have you not watched it?
Yeah, of course I've watched it. I've watched it.
It looks like Dino Riders. It looks brilliant.
Well, whilst I was making that, I watched the full trailer of it to see which bit of the clip I wanted to use. And bloody hell, it doesn't half look shite.
Worse than Zombie.
Guys, you got some great people for this world, don't you?
Well, come on, I mean, it's not Zombievers, is it?
You don't know. It could be an absolute classic.
I will watch it. I will.
Those effects look amazing.
Yeah.
So which one did you get? Jurassic?
Oh shit! What was it?
Is it like I want to say Jurassic Apocalypse, but it was something along those sort of lines.
Because there's Jurassic Apocalypse, there's Jurassic Universe, there's Jurassic something. Is there a series of these shit movies?
We're trying to get. Do you know what, Steve? I keep walking around town and seeing The Greatest Showman, and I keep thinking of you every single time.
It's not The Greatest Showman. It's
a whole box full of them. I'm going to get a box full of them and send them to you.
It's the greatest waste of time, The Greatest Showman.
You could have an unboxing of just about 20 copies.
It's 2 hours of my life. I'll never get back watching that shit.
Such an amazing film. Such an amazing film. It's one of the greats. I'm looking forward to Greatest Showman.
Yeah, I agree, Lana. Ungrateful gits. Brilliant. That film's on YouTube. Thank you, Peter.
Now, Carl there, Ilona Holmes. Yes, the second one is absolutely brilliant. If you haven't seen them, go. The first one and second one are on Netflix at the moment.
Belle watched it this week, and I'm not really into it.
It is good fun. It is good fun. What did Peter say? It's on YouTube. Yeah, so it's on YouTube. There we go. So we've got no reason of not to watch it, Steve. And Pete, like I say, I've now got to watch it because I've got to review it for next week. So we'll have a chat over. We'll have a chat over Xbox Live.
It's the Xbox friend. Sorry, Peter, I forgot about that. So, I sat down and finally got around to watching Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day 2 this week. The first one's definitely better than the second one, but it's basically like Groundhog Day. The girl just keeps dying. She gets there's like a science thing that they're doing in the college, and it's like a quantum realm sort of thing, and it keeps resetting the particular day. And it was quite funny, actually. It was I enjoyed it. The second one, at first, it was about somebody else. I'm thinking I'm probably not going to like this, but then it flips again. But
Boss Level.
Sort of, yeah. It's literally, if you was to put Boss Level and Groundhog Day together about a horror, I say a horror movie, there's nothing scary about it really, but it's funny.
You can tell she's been watching The In-Betweeners, can't
See? Gaming friend.
Evening.
That's why we
Not
don't
so
hear much
secret
off him,
Santa
Chris,
buddy.
nowadays. He's too busy gaming with his friend.
Evening, not so secret Santa buddy.
But yeah, I watched them this week, and I watched what else did I watch? I watched The Gentleman again last night because I noticed that was on Netflix, so I shoved that on. I enjoy that movie. It's a good movie.
I watched that and I turned it off about 10 minutes in because I thought Hugh Grant and Charlie Hannan I didn't really enjoy it. And then when I watched it the second time round, I thought, why did I turn this off the first time?
Yeah, I think Hugh Grant's sort of persona in that it takes some getting used to.
Yeah,
you know, it's but I think the movie overall is it's really funny. It's really clever.
Hugh Grant's character reminds me a bit like Boris the Blade from from Lock, Stock.
Yeah,
Is it Lock, Stock or Snatch? Snatch, wasn't it, Boris? Because he's just that. Everything just seems to happen to him, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But no, like I say, I turned it off 10 minutes in the first time round, and I sat there the second time round, and I can't believe I turned this off.
But what prompted you to give it another go then?
Because I was looking for something to watch. I come across it on Netflix, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give it another go.
I just thought I'm going to have to say something because I've had those up there sealed for about 6 months, and I was like, I remember ordering them because I saw the trailer for the first one, and I was like, I'm going to have to sit down and watch them, and I literally did it back to back. But yeah, I've watched a couple of things this week. It's been difficult because it's all in between. I mean, I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here.
Yeah.
So that's on. I didn't even realize that was every single night. I thought they at least one night off.
I think you do get one night off, don't you?
No.
Is it not Saturday night?
No, that's like Love Island and stuff like that. So I'm a Celebrity's on every single night. So
you see, I don't watch I'm a Celeb. Before we jump into the realm of reality TV, let's jump into pickups of the week. And actually, let's go into movie news because there is some stuff there I want to get your opinion on. So, movie news. We were talking Brandon Fraser last week, or the other week because of the feature act of Rachel Weisz. Now, Brandon Fraser snubbed the Golden Globes this year. He says he's not going to attend the Golden Globes even if he's nominated because he doesn't get on with the Hollywood foreign press. Now, so we're talking big actors, sort of big actors from the days coming back in and everything else here. What's your views on actors not turning up to award nights or not collecting awards and stuff like that? Do you think there's a place for that nowadays, or do you think they're just being a bit?
You know what? Honestly, if I weren't nominated for something or I weren't up for something, then why the hell would I go?
But he's saying he's not going even if he is nominated.
Oh, right, okay. Well, maybe he just doesn't agree with the politics involved.
Well, if he's got that view, then he should then they shouldn't put him in for anything.
Yeah.
Like if you're not buying into it, then we'll just leave you out.
Yeah. Neil saying he's also snubbing the Golden Globes and the Oscars.
Fair enough. If you're busy, you're busy doing your hair or whatever.
This to me goes back to the big movies. Your Black Panther 2's already getting nominated for, say, 18 awards because of what it is. Are we sort of just jumping on the bandwagon of these big studios now, just releasing so many films and one big blockbuster is going to clean up? Or
well, there's you get the same ones every year that are accidentally leaked before an award ceremony, aren't you? And then they end up being fodder for the award ceremonies. They're definitely set up and brought out and filmed and everything to try and get awards. It's not the quality of the movie.
It's a joke though, isn't it? Sometimes because some of them win. Some of the films win like the big awards.
Yeah,
and you just think, how's that even winning an award? It's absolute shite.
Yeah.
And I know
Yeah.
it's personal opinion at the end of the day, but some of them that have won, you just think, how awful.
So what do you think Wakanda Forever would be nominated for?
Best picture, best cinematics, best supporting actor. Best CGI.
Mind you, aren't these award ceremonies now dropped the sort of female and male side of it? It's just
That's
actor
what I'm
now.
saying. They'll just get best supporting actor, won't they? They won't get best male supporting actor or best female supporting actor. It's just best supporting actor.
Right, I see.
But
yes,
for
makeup.
me,
Yeah, that's another one. Makeup will be another one, Kathy. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, and I've watched Black Panther 2 this week, and I thought I think was it Mac that mentioned it earlier on in the chat.
Yeah.
He
so.
watched it, and I totally agree with him. I don't think it's a great film. I think it's really slow. It was just okay. I think we were talking last week, and I had concerns about them focusing too much on Boseman Chapman and his death and moving on from him. And the first 20 minutes of the film just sort of dragged.
Apparently, that's like the best part of the bloody movie. The homage to
as they played
his
homage
character.
I think it was a nice to me. The nice touch to that is that the Marvel cinematic bit at the beginning where they go through the Marvel logo and it's all the different that was just all Black Panther and Boseman Chapman. That was all Chadwick Boseman. Yeah, him.
Backward.
Yeah, it was all him in the logo. Now, to me, that would have just been enough.
Yeah.
And then move on. Yes, he's died. We've had his funeral. Let's go. But it doesn't. It just seems to linger throughout the. Yeah, it was just really, really slow. And
so looking at it, do you think what realistically, what should it win? In your opinion, as regards to awards, because it's going to pick up something, isn't it? If it gets nominated for everything under the sun, what is the best part of it? Is it the music, the makeup, the special effects, the acting?
I quite like the way it was filmed. I quite like the cinematics of it. Okay. The bit where they did the CGI, or was it the CGI? I don't know. The bits where you see Wakanda and all the sets and the grand scale of the city and stuff that they're in and the sets and stuff. That's really, really nice. I just don't think, that best production there you got. It was one of them, but it was the story that let me down. The story and the pacings let me down.
Well, I mean, they had to change it all quite quickly, didn't they? With his sad passing, unfortunately. So they had to come up with something else.
I don't think he would have had to change that because when he passed away, it wasn't Black Panther 2 wasn't in big production when he passed away.
No,
it's not like they filmed loads of the film and
no.
But they just tweaked the story a little bit and added a few scenes in, but into the storyboards and stuff like that. Who's going to play Black Panther? And all that, who do we pass it to? We knew he was going to get passed to his sister.
Yeah. It's more of the MCU, isn't it?
Yeah. The major effects on that is, but the best thing about that is that that character's gone after Endgame. They've wrote off that phase where he was in. A lot of those characters aren't in there now anyway. So the new Avengers coming in, they just fit that mold. Yeah.
Okay. Any more news?
Yes. So when we first started doing this on our own channel, I asked for 2 video game TV series or movie series. One was Halo, which we got, and the other one is Gears of War. Now, Netflix this week have announced they are going to give us a Gears of War film. So they've got the rights to produce a Gears of War film and a supporting adult TV series. So
you're not going to play tonight, are you? That excited?
Oh no, I can't wait! And that and Halo Season 2 soon. Yes. But
I bet he literally ran downstairs, told Lana, and Lana's like, right, okay.
I can't. So Gears of War, Gears of War for me has got such a great story, and the premise for it. It's brilliant, and give us a movie all day long. But now and the fact that they're going to give us a supporting TV series as well, it's like that's more than what we could have asked for a series. And keeping on the video game sort of trend, Lionsgate. Okay, this. Yeah, there you go.
It's very true, and to be honest with you, with technology nowadays, he could have played about another 4 movies.
Yeah. But that's one of the things that they've said they didn't want to do, wasn't it? Use the CGI faces and all that.
Yeah.
The studio Lionsgate that brought us like the original Hellboy and stuff like that are actually developing a Streets of Rage game. So do you remember Streets of Rage from the Mega Drive?
Yeah.
So they're actually giving us a game. And John Wick writer Donald Kolstad, he's actually writing the script and the screenplay for this. So if you think John Wick 1 with Axel, Blaze, and Johnny, then how cool
you remember that?
How cool is that going to be?
I don't know. I mean, come on, Streets of Rage, really?
Yeah.
I mean, at least Gears of War and Halo, it's got like a bit of a USP on it. It's got like a bit of an identity. I can't see what Streets of Rage is going to be.
Well, it's 3 cops that go after big bobsters.
So that's no different than anything else. That's no different than anything.
That's your bit. But I'd love to see how they do like stage 7 where they're on the lift and you're throwing people over the lift and stuff like that outside of the building. That'd be brilliant. How cool that's going to be. So that from like a 90s kid coming up on the Mega Drive and whatever, Streets of Rage was the game that I always loved. I just hated the fact that you couldn't save it. You had to either stop playing or complete it. There was no save function to come back when your mum's calling you for your tea.
I was reading some news this week, and it was saying that the Pirates of the Caribbean reboot has been cancelled.
That's on here now. That's my next point. Margot Robbie's Pirates of the Caribbean has been cancelled.
Anything with Margot Robbie in that gets cancelled is an absolute travesty. However,
does that open the door for Johnny Depp? And I know he says he'll never return to Disney.
But have you seen the clips circling around this week of him possibly being at Disney?
No.
There was that you got your characters wandering around. It's come to light that he might have done another one of those in the last week or so, where he's sort of done a bit of a walk around Disney as Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Which would make sense if they've cancelled the reboot.
We don't need another Pirates of the Caribbean, do we?
Check out the game roll. You
don't know. It might be the best one yet.
No. I mean, they gradually got worse, didn't they?
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
first couple.
How many games can you? How many films can you base around a ride in Disneyland?
They've done pretty well so far, haven't
they? Junie's saying that we lost to Gears of War. Yes, it's an Xbox game series. So yeah, go and check out Gears of War if you've got an Xbox. It's a great series of games. Okay, I'll check that out. Cool.
Talking of Margot Robbie, little Steve, she features in an upcoming film with Tom Hanks.
Oh, what's that one?
It's called, and I wrote it down here before, Asteroid City.
Okay.
It's got Margot Robbie, Tom Hanks, Scarlett Johansson, Steve Carell, Jeff Goldblum. It's got some big hitters. Oh, it's got Tom Hanks, Tom Hanks' wife in it, Rita Wilson.
So, hey, Ashley, I don't think I mentioned earlier on. Hey, Tonks. Well, you see, the There was I'm sure she was in like another movie coming out soon, which was like a what would you say, like a mystery one?
Margot Robbie.
Yeah, I think so. I think I've seen her in a trailer for something. It's going to annoy me now what it was. But if you know, does that Glass Onion come out on Netflix yet? Because I've seen the Americans are reviewing it, but apparently it's going to Netflix. You know, the Knives Out sequel.
She's got one coming out called Amsterdam. Is that it?
Yeah, I think it's that. Yeah, I think it's that one.
Yeah, she's in the new Barbie, Neil. Yeah.
Yes, she is with what's he called? Oh
Ryan Gosling.
Yes, Ryan Gosling. That'd be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I know, mate. I know. I'm losing the. I've had a bit of a muddle day today, but I'm saying hello again. Why can't I just say hello? Hey, Nick. Well, I mean, we're very blessed tonight with all you lot on here. Thank you.
Yeah. So for me, then the video games movie.
Yeah.
Now, what's his name that played Luigi in the Mario movie?
No,
I think Luigi Zoma or something or other. He came out this week, didn't he? And he said that the new Mario cartoon movie, the cast isn't very diverse because they haven't got Italians playing Mario and Luigi. It's a fucking cartoon, for God's sake.
Right? Why do people get so precious about all this stupid stuff? It's annoying.
You know, so it's. I can understand it. That's it, John Luigi Zuma. Yeah, he's the one that came. He came out and complained that the new Mario film's not diverse enough in its cast.
Yeah.
It's a cartoon, right? Yeah. And let's face it, it's going to have a dinosaur and a fucking walking toad, so it's not necessarily accurate anyway, is it? So for me, the video game sort of franchises coming to movies, they've only got the big games left to do now, haven't they? Really, the big franchises, because everything's gone into long life sort of changing games.
Yeah, but they're all going to be of the same sort of ilk. I know. Obviously the Mario side of it doesn't have any sort of not actors in it, but you know, like physical actors. Whereas like you've got the Sonic and you've got Pikachu Detective. You know, they're all going to be sort of the same sort of ilk of movie, really, aren't they? Sort of comedy, but obviously around these main characters. But I think they are the main two: Mario, Sonic, and obviously Pokemon from each sort of different console. They're the main ones that are going to have a movie of their own, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, what would be next? Crash Bandicoot?
Could be.
I'd go and watch that. I'd go and watch that.
Jack and Dexter or something like that.
But no, my luck, it'll be Paperboy.
Yeah.
You know, you'll get 2 hours of them throwing newspapers through windows. So, you know, so I'm looking forward to Gears of War. You know, because like I said, I'm intrigued how they're going to do that, knowing the story of Gears 1 to 3, for example.
Yeah, well, there'll be millions of copies and nobody will buy it after a year.
Right, let's move on to pickups of the week, shall we? Now, I'll go first because I've only got 2 pickups this week. So,
okay.
I think I picked up Spider-Man trilogy. So this is the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy, 1 to 3. Now, I'm hiding the price because when I was in CEX, there's 3 different copies of this in different sleeves at all different prices. Now, this one was £6. Yeah. Now, for the same discs, there was another one that had a different slipcover for £5. And then when you were to buy the discs separately, it was £7.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Right. So trying to explain that to the bloke in CEX, and he's just having none of it. Can I not just have that for £5? And but he was having none of it because when I took the £5 one in, they'd actually lost the discs. They never actually had the discs stored, so they had cases and sleeves, but no discs. And my big pickup this week. So we went into Liverpool one. We went looking for just a general day, and you know me, I like going to me all you can eat in Bonpan Asia and stuff like that. So we ended up in Liverpool one, and we went into O2 to look for Lana's new watch strap for a Sony Galaxy watch that she's got. And when we were looking, I ended up picking up the new Google Pixel 7 Pro. So I've picked this up because the camera on it is supposed to be really, really good, and the video quality is supposed to be really, really good. So the next lot of videos, not the one that's coming out on Saturday, but the next lot after that will be filmed on this. So you'll have to tell me what the film quality looks like compared to me.
You'd be devastated if it's exactly the same. You'd be devastated.
Yeah. Now, I know what you're going to say. You can't polish a turd, but I'm hoping this is the glitter.
Oh, fair enough.
So hopefully it's a little bit better than my Sony S20 Plus that I had. But Lana was a bit fuming with me. She says I'm too impulsive. We went in to buy an £18 watch strap and I've ended up getting a £900 phone.
So was she with you at the time or was she in a different shop?
No, she was with me at the time. She was talking to the girl and I interrupted her talk and then said I want that one and we ended up getting that one.
Is that how much it was? £900?
I've got it over contract, yeah, but it's a £900 phone.
Right.
It's only about £80 a month then.
Yeah.
For the next 20 years.
Nah, I got £47 a month.
See?
It's not bad.
What 1 gigabyte of data, unlimited text.
20 gig
when you go on a contract like that, it hurts, doesn't it? I really, I dip in and out of them. At the minute, I'm just on a SIM only, which is great. But yeah,
actually, your phone, you haven't had yours that long, really, had you?
I've got a 12 Pro, so I'm 2 behind. But there's absolutely no reason to upgrade it at the minute. There's nothing banging about a 13 or a 14.
Yeah.
That's worth upgrading. So maybe the 15.
Yeah.
No,
they saw you come in. They literally saw like an excited kid.
Yeah, I did. Well, I did say to Lance, when my contract runs out in April, I was going to go SIM only for a couple of months because I did love the phone. But then I also had my eyes on the Fold. Do you know the Fold 4? The one that folds out into like a big tablet. I had my eyes on that. And then when I saw the 7 Pro, and Lana's got 6. So there's 2 things in that. One, I just wanted to have a better phone than her and a newer one, and I actually quite like that one. So seeing it. So yeah, it was like I want that one, and that was it. Done.
Kathy said you'll have to let her know what the phone's like because Cherry's got the 6 Pro and still prefers the Huawei camera.
Now the Huawei cameras were brilliant because I had the Pro something above her on the Huawei, but the only problem with that is that Google stopped supporting them, didn't they? So you couldn't upgrade any. The cameras are absolutely brilliant, but the operating system's about 6 years old now. You can't update it. Steve, would you like to go next, mate?
Yeah, I've only got a few bits this week, to be fair. Okay, so a couple of things I picked up today. I've got the Manic Street Preachers in the Cardiff Millennium Stadium, 99 to 2000. I got the Queen's greatest video hits too, which I've got the first one. So I used to watch this in VHS when I was younger. So I found that today for £3, so I picked that up. Then I got Annihilation. I saw this. In fact, I'll go back to that. No, I saw this one in Asda the other day, and obviously I've got the collection of Arrow, but I weren't sure if I had this one, so I picked it up, which is Flash Armageddon. So this is one of those crossovers.
Oh, I was looking at picking that up for you. It's in Asda for £5.
Oh, I think I paid a $7, I think it was, so I'll pick that up.
Yeah.
I've got another steelbook, which is the Magnificent 7. You can't really see it with the light in here, but it's the newer version of it. So that was only a couple of quid, so I picked that up.
That's all right.
I found this today, which is the restored Night of the Living Dead Criterion Collection. So this is, I was doing some research on it, and it's a 4K restoration. But apparently it's really, really, really good restoration. So I'm looking forward to watching that. And then I saw this and I just thought, you know what, it'll piss off Steve, so I'll probably pick it up, which is Firefly, the complete series on Blu-ray.
You're a cock.
So I've got it on DVD, but I've bought it on Blu-ray now, so I'll just trade in the
You
DVD.
still haven't even watched bloody Space Above and Beyond, have you?
Well, it's because I've got to forget what you said, because basically you told me the whole fucking series within the space of about 2 episodes of this fucking show. So yeah, that's pretty much it this week. I've been at work most of it, so I've only picked up a few bits.
You've
Big
got to watch.
Steve, did you ever watch that Star Trek restored version, 4K Ultra, whatever, where they've redone it all?
The motion picture.
Yeah,
The
is that
4K
it?
motion picture. No, I haven't got the 4K TV, Chris, so it's a bit wasted on me at the moment.
Yeah.
Watching it, but like I said, I've seen the Blu-ray upscaled version of it and stuff like that, and the director's cut. But the 4K is a bit wasted on me. I might have to watch it and not take, because there's a few little extra bits that they've added into that, and I might have to watch it just for them. But then not obviously don't get the benefit of the remastered version. That is on my list is a 4K TV, because but I'm not. I've only just jumped into Blu-ray, so I'm not going to jump into 4Ks. But like I say, I just need to upgrade my TV, because I've still got one of the original 3D TVs when they first came out.
What's a 4K TV set you back these days?
Not that much now, really. It's the player as well. You've got to get the players, unless you've got the latest consoles. But I mean, the TV prices are dropping dramatically, aren't they, over the last few years? So
yeah,
if your TV went wrong now, you'd naturally just go out and get a 4K one. You wouldn't really be tossing up between the two.
I think I've got a 4K one. I've got UHD. Is that the same?
Yeah, Ultra HD. Yeah, 4K.
Yeah, ours wasn't that expensive.
That's what I'm saying.
My problem with it is what size of TV do we get? We've got the 55 downstairs in the living room, and that's quite nice. You've seen it, Steve and Chris. It's quite snug in the corner. It's nice size for the living room. I want to go bigger, but Lana's long-sighted, so if I go bigger, she can't see the TV.
Oh, it's a shame, isn't it?
So it's just like, well, you fuck off upstairs and watch the little
You literally got an excuse to get the TV to yourself, mate.
Yeah, I'll be playing Xbox and whatever else, and she can go off and do whatever she wants to do upstairs in her office. But I want to go bigger, so I was looking like a 65 or a 70, but and yeah, I'm sort of stuck with that, because, like I say, the 55 is a nice, decent size for what we use it for in the living room. I just want a bigger one. It's just
whereas I wouldn't get rid of my 3D TV. That's the problem. I need to find a home for that. So I think once we put the garage,
the 3D TV will come up here and go on there.
Yeah, I think mine will go in the spare room when we do the garage.
My
big one.
My 4K TV's got 3D on it as well, so all right. It was about 600 quid, I think. And it must be a 65.
Oh, yours is a big one, isn't it?
It must be a 65-inch, I reckon.
Yeah.
It wasn't expensive, especially Black Friday's around the corner. You'd probably get a good deal, Steve. If you hadn't bought that phone, you'd be all right now. You get a bloody.
I can still go and buy a TV. The worst part is because we've got Costco around the corner. It's about 5 minutes drive from us. And when you walk into Costco, they've got this beautiful 85-inch 4K thing, and it just beams at you when you walk through the door. And I'm just like, want that? Give me that. And that's the hard part, is not buying something like that.
Yeah, so this might tempt you. So Koro said the Star Trek motion picture and others is great. Big upgrade over Blu-ray. It's not even funny. So can you imagine in your Star Trek motion picture in 4K beautiful presentation, restored, just like the day you first saw it? You know.
And I'm gutted. I am gutted I didn't go to see Rafa Khan when it was in the cinemas the other week. That would have been glorious seeing Rafa Khan on the big screen. But the downstairs TV will come up here, and I'll get rid of the little 32. And then
you're too modern for us, Neil. Too modern.
Yeah. Would you need the new house to get the TV? No. Well, when we're talking this now, so we're saving up so we can get the extension put on the single floor extension put out the back where the decking is. So we'll have like a conservatory stroke dining room there. We're having the argument are we going to put a dining table in there or a pool table, and then I can get the bigger TV. Then when we've got more space, when we move the living room around,
you're not going to get away with a pool table. Let's be honest. Lana will not let you.
I am getting a pool table. She's already got a dining table that folds away and hides.
No way she's going to let you have that.
No, just let it go. Let it go, Steve.
Getting a pool table. It's happening.
She's going to use that phone purchase against you for at least 2 years. So. No,
it's happening. Watch this space. I'll be like Del Boy. This time next year, I'll have a pool table.
And you'll be saying that until you're about 70.
Yeah, it's going to happen, though. It's going to happen. One of these days, we'll be doing movie chats around the pool table.
Around the pool table?
Yeah, you'll all come to my house. We'll have a drink at the bar and we can play pool while we're live on movie chats.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. I really don't. I mean, no. It's a pipe dream, my friend. You need to let it go.
No, it's happening. It's happening. That and an 85-inch 4K TV. It's happening.
Your house isn't big enough to hold that fucking thing.
It'll go on the wall. It might pull the wall down, but it's going on the wall. I don't trust him on the wall at that kind of size.
No.
I don't trust him.
Oh God! All right, where are we up to? Right, pickups. Chris, have you got any interesting pickups this week you'd like to share that are not on an up and coming video?
Not really, but I mean, I listed these today that were on the video that I put out this week. I put these out. This set of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, Guardians.
Yeah, I paid £10 for this set of 6. Turns out to be quite unusual to have the actual set of 6. So I don't know what all the names are, by the way.
I thought Guardians was your favourite.
Lord, Lamora,
I like it, but I can't remember the fucking names. That one,
that's
and then these two.
Yeah,
so, yeah. I think I put them up for about 45 or 50 quid.
Hey, Sansa.
All right, okay.
I'm going to buy a new TV with my winnings from Cookie the Hayden's World Cup contest.
Who did Santa get? Switzerland.
Yeah.
I was dying to see who got Qatar, and it just left it all the way to the end.
Couldn't have written that one any better.
Buying a 4K under 800, probably around £900.
See, that'll be where you have a problem. That I'm spending £1,000 on a TV.
Just telling you, I was worth 900 quid, and she didn't flinch.
If you shop around, like Black Friday, you could get a £1,000 one for about 600-700 quid.
Yeah.
If you were given drama.
Now, if I could have a TV that cooked, then yeah.
What about if you could just watch Lana on the TV?
She'd be bigger on a bigger TV.
She'd be 85-inch TV.
More than 5'4". To be honest with you, Junie, I'd never swap Lana for anything. As much as she can.
Oh, here we go.
Backtracking. Hang on a second. No, she's not watching. Yeah, I'd have the TV. No, Watch Lana cook. Watch Lana
You're just
cooking.
like
Yeah, it'll be.
cooking.
No. That's a difficult one, that is. But my problem is though is that, like I said, I am quite impulsive. Lana was looking at getting a new car the other day, and then I was looking for me, and I always got one, and I'm like, no, but I've already got a car, and I like my car. But then she goes in to buy a new phone watch strap, and I come out with a new phone, and she doesn't get the watch strap.
She's got to stop taking you out with her, basically, is what the moral of the story is.
I keep telling it. Do you know when we go Aldi and we go shopping, and she can go shopping and spend 50 quid and come back with a trolley full? I go with her and we spend like 80 quid, and we've got loads of sweets and pop and all sorts of shit thrown in.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's the worst thing ever. And I keep saying to her,
I know you come up with a load of pop because you're used to sending pictures to Chris going, what do you reckon to this, mate? I found so excited.
The root beer, he put them on the root beer. And the mocktails.
Never see that root beer though. Never see it anymore. I've not seen it.
No, well, I asked if they were coming back in, and they don't know if they're going to bring them back in or not.
Really?
But I could quite happily fill a trolley full of their root beer. And the best thing about it is it's only 9 calories a bottle.
I know.
Mm. Well, you were very excited about it at the time.
Yes. Yeah, when I had about 10 bottles of it in the trolley.
Yeah, that's where your 50 quid's just gone. Well, I was like, are we going to eat anything this week? You're like, no, it's fine.
No, just root beer. That'll do.
I'm surprised she takes you anywhere with her, to be fair.
Oh, God. Right, let's put the link in the
shop on your own.
Sorry?
I said I certainly wouldn't trust you in the shop on your own.
I'm not too bad when we go shopping because I just usually go in, get what I want, and get out. I don't like walking around, and I don't spend time looking at stuff that I've got no intentions of buying. So,
what are you like on the big shop, Chris?
Oh, I hate doing the shop. I used to not mind so much, but I hate it now. So
that's because you've got about 3 flights of stairs to get up.
No, I just hate doing it. I just hate it. You just look around and you think, I've just spent 100 quid and I've got 3 bags of shopping. And you think, that never used to be like that not long ago. Like, you don't get anything
chocolate that used to be about 3 times the size in there as well.
You don't get anything for your money anymore.
When you £1 items are now £1.50.
I know, yeah. Or they charge you. It's still £1, but it's half the size of the box.
Yeah, half the size it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a picture the other day of like Quality Street for Christmas. You know, the Christmas boxes, and it was going on about over the years like how much they changed. It was like massive boxes to like fucking bite size.
It just makes me laugh that a bag for life is no longer 5p. It's now 30p for an Asda bag, and it's not even the good Asda bags. No, you know me, Carlo. I always put the link in the chat and invite people on. Yeah, so Asda, I can be in and out of Asda in 15 minutes. It depends on how long it takes them to make me pizzas. You know, you go straight to the pizza counter, you put your pizza order in, you go to the wine, you pick up the wine, you go back to the pizza, and you get out. You don't walk up and down the aisles. There's none of that. You're just in and out. It's done. You know, but then when I'm with Lance, we've got to walk up and down the aisles. We've got to look for the bargains. You know, we've got to look at the reduced aisles, and it's just like, if you're not letting me buy donuts, I'm not interested.
Yeah,
I think we've lost the chat because they're now talking about that bloody World Cup. I think Tonks is like getting his predictions in. Hey, Lainey.
Can you take it back? No, they won't charge you for a new one. No. In and out. That's a great big joint. Yeah. So, is there anything coming out on Netflix that you're waiting for? That there's one.
We just started watching the new. Is it Disney actually? Sorry, the new Santa series.
Okay.
Is it?
Mate, it's November. It's fucking
No,
November.
we're well into Santa movies. I haven't
Yeah,
got a
but
choice.
when Chris is not in, Belle's got Christmas 24 on.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Hallmark Christmas.
Yeah, you're forgetting it's
there's
Belle that's into a Christmas.
There's a new The Santa Claus series on Disney, so it follows on from the is it the 3 films, The Santa Claus? And he's trying to find a replacement because he's retiring. So far, first 2 episodes are out. It's shite. So far, it's shite. He's got all the elves are these little kids, and these kids are so freaking annoying. None of them can act. They're terrible. They've got these stuck-on ears, and they can't act.
Well, do you not think they've got real ears that are like this?
Most annoying children ever. They're useless. So I've got no hope for this series at all. There you go.
Tori said, has anyone watched The Tower on ITV Hub?
The Tower, no.
No.
But speaking of TV series, I finally got around to watching that Stephen Graham one.
Yeah, what did you think?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, good, wasn't it? It was more of a courtroom drama, which I didn't expect.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a lot more sort of violence and stuff, you know.
Now, when we were talking during the week, and we got bored of it. Really, it was like if Combo didn't get killed in This Is England '90, and this is what happened to him after that. It's like an extension to that for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think we got about 3 or 4 in, and we haven't finished that. I don't think
there's only 5. I think there's only 5 episodes.
Yeah, there's literally 5. But what was I watching today? I was watching one today on Netflix called Pepsi. Where's my what's the called? Is it what's that?
Was it Where's My Cat?
No, it's a fighter jet. What's it called? It's a Hurricane, is it? Or something like that.
All right, yeah.
Basically, I think it's just come out, but it's about a guy, and it's actually a true story. It's one of those, it's about a guy in the 90s that they did a competition, Pepsi, because it was the cola wars between them and Coke. They were doing like a competition in the 90s where you could save up your points and get Pepsi merchandise. And they put an advert out that had this jet fighter at the end of it. If somebody can tell me what it's called, it's driving me mad. And at the end of it, it was like this kid arrives at school in it. It's like, it beats walking to school or getting the bus or whatever. But they put a slogan at the bottom that was like 7 million points.
Pepsi, where's my jet?
That's the one. 7 million points would get you a jet. So him and his mate was trying to work out how to get the points together. Then he saw he managed. Anyway, long story short, they managed to get it together, and applied to Pepsi to get a what would be a 30 million pound jet fighter.
So they sued Pepsi for 32 million pound fighter jet.
It. Yeah. Because
now,
they put it on.
It's got like a blue logo on Netflix, hasn't it? It's like
but it's like a 4-parter. I'm about halfway through it at the minute. In fact, I'm on the third episode.
Is it a real life like documentary? Or
Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah.
It's not a film.
No. I don't remember. The promotion, to be honest, but it might have been just in America. But basically, usually you'd have to have drank 7 million Pepsis to get these tokens. But even so, that only worked out at about £3 million.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Oh, you could do that, couldn't you? Even if you didn't drink them.
Yeah, but he found another way around it. But then basically, he sent off to send his points in, and they basically laughed at him and tried to send him two little bloody
model
coupons. 2 coupons for they were going to send him the model, like the little plane model that they used for the clip. Thought it'd be funny just to send him that, but they sent him 2 promotion things that basically he would have got 2 packs of 5 Pepsis out of them. Like, oh, thank you very much, nice try, but yeah, thanks. And no, he took them to court. But I haven't seen the rest of it yet. But it's pretty cool. To be fair, it's interesting.
Oh, I might watch that then. Don't give away the ending then. I'd be interested to know what happens. I watched a film on Netflix this week called a bit of a rom-commy type romantic thing. Together. About a guy who wants to what's that?
Yeah.
Let Chris carry on now. It was just a statement. We didn't need to talk about it. Go on, Chris. Sorry, you were saying.
Together or something. It's called. They're about a guy who employs a surrogate to have his baby for him, and he's a single dad. And it was a bit odd because it wasn't a bad film, but then I don't know if anyone's watched it in the chat, but it kind of comes to an abrupt end, and I'm like, the titles just start coming up, and I'm thinking, well, it's not finished.
This is what we were saying the other week.
You've not ended the story. Has anyone in the chat seen it? Because I just thought, Jesus, we've got at least another 15 minutes left here.
This is what we were saying in the chat. This is what we were saying the other week. Is a lot of these movies now leave you to your own interpretation of things, which is lazy, and it really annoys me.
That's pretty much what it does, and that is annoying.
Because you get into a movie, and then all of a sudden it's like, is that it? What's happened?
Yeah, you want the end of the story, don't you?
Do you know? I hate a film that does that. It's called Con Air.
No,
now Ashley's fella put a post in the movie.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. He's going off on one.
No, I am not going off on one. I'm interacting with our fans and our viewers to actually take part in our Facebook page. You do remember the Facebook
fans is a stretch. I think we just go with very nice people they'll spend a bit of time with us on a Thursday.
Yeah. Anyway, so we put the post in about something that we're watching, but the first line was, I just watched Con Air and it's better than Face Off, and then carried on whatever. And it just threw it in there just to see if I was reading the comments in the Facebook page. It was quite neatly done, but yes, I did pick that up. So we were talking about that the other week, Chris, about the series that starts off making you think one thing and then making you think another, and then sort of backtracking on a lot of stuff. And then all of a sudden it just comes to a stop, and it's just like, what have I actually learned in like 3 episodes? I take it that films like that, you're just starting getting into it and you're thinking, right, and then all of a sudden the credits come up and it's done.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of, without sort of giving it all away, you go on a journey with them, and you kind of get to a point where they're having this baby, this surrogate baby, and the relationship between the two people has moved on a lot from what it should be, from a surrogate to a dad or whatever, a parent. And you expect it to sort of round up at the end to the direction in which it's going, and instead the baby arrives and the credits roll up, and you're like, oh, what happened? You've made it for an hour and a half. Don't tell me I've got to make my own decision, because there's nothing more annoying than that.
I think me and you would both be exactly the same watching those films. Just literally get to the end and go, "You're fucking joking! What was that?"
Junie's seen it.
It's the whole film that she's carrying the baby, and then once she's had the baby, you don't need to know what's happened after that. You just assume she's given it over to him, and it's done.
It's not a bad little film, really, and it's kind of like they start off with a platonic relationship, but they start to get to know each other when they shouldn't really get to know each other, but they do, and they like each other and all that. And then you expect that they're going to kind of stay together, and then the baby arrives, and that's it.
What?
A spit of Big Steve. Oh, I need to look this up. What is it?
Accent, not
Annie Beard.
Oh my god!
She's not saying it. She's not.
Can't find that now.
Oh, this one.
It's fuck all like me.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, God.
No, I haven't got a twin. They broke the mold when he made me.
Well, clearly not. Either that or you've got something you need to tell us.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, there he is.
Welcome.
Welcome. You were a bit late. You are aware that we started.
Yeah, if you could,
Can you be here on time next time?
Please do it on time.
Do you know what? I don't mind him coming in with his 5 different accounts because it's 5 extra views we usually don't get. You know, you could at least hit the subscribe button while you're there, you know.
Just help us out a bit.
At least they can be on time next time. They'll get a notification, won't they?
Right. Next week's show, we have got Jodie Foster and Medusa's Touch, obviously, with the 2 things that we're going to be looking at. And we've also got 2 special guests next week. Little Steve, would you like to take a guess who our special guests are? Since you have no involvement in running the show.
Seeing as you leave me out of everything until last minute, yeah.
Oh, shall I just step out here? Shall we leave you two to, you know, sort out the
So we've got the amazing AJ. He's coming back on next week. He's coming to come and join us. And since you missed him the first time round, mate,
brilliant.
I've been invited Paul back to 4K Chef, so he's coming on.
That's amazing. Yeah,
so we've got 2 great guests. We've also got appearances on Matt V's Movies on Saturday, the 26th, and we are on. And we are on Video Tasties on Monday.
Okay.
So, bloody hell, you're putting yourselves about a bit, aren't you?
Well, nothing more than you could do in our week.
Jesus.
We are following your example of being a YouTube whore this week, Chris. So, you know, I believe you're on Drinking with Andrew tomorrow. Is that right?
No.
Getting his root beer out.
It's been ages since I've been on one of Andrew's shows.
No. I know. I sort of missed the old style Drinking with Andrew. That was quite good fun. That way we just all just drank and just caused carnage.
Well, that was you did. Everybody else just watched you get pissed.
But we all enjoyed it. Is there anything in the cinema coming out that you two are looking forward to this year?
Probably Avatar.
I think that's the generic answer, isn't it? Really, there's not much more.
Watch that. Let me have a little look.
Are you going to book like an all singing or dancing cinema that's got like 4K screen and customized chairs and all that and stuff?
Kidding on me? Where do you think I live? I'm in the middle of Devon. There's nothing here that's all singing, all dancing.
You'll turn up and it'll be the original Avatar that they've just got on premiere.
Yeah, probably.
Well, do you think they're going to Do you think they should have re-released Avatar 1 for a stretch to get people?
Maybe, but then there's millions and millions of copies of it out, isn't there?
Well, there's a new Tom Hanks coming out, Man Called Otto.
Oh yeah, I saw the thing for that earlier when I was.
I don't know if it's a cinema release or if it's a streamer, but I'll definitely watch that.
Hey, Mrs. Love's back. Pissed. Talking movies sounds amazing.
I heard there's a movie chat Christmas party. Right? No, well,
It's an Easter party now, isn't it?
an Easter party. Yes, it's been moved now. We have put that out on Instagram, and we have put it in the. No, we haven't put it in the Facebook page.
I thought that's how we've done it. I thought the Facebook page was where it had been.
No, we made a Facebook event, didn't we?
Cool.
We did put it in the page. Now it is the 25th of March.
Yeah.
And it's in Chester, so we're gonna meet up at the Square Bottle in Chester. Now, it is a Wetherspoons, so it is a quite cheap place to start off. It's quite a big Wetherspoon, so there's plenty of space. It's all on one level for Kathy, so Kathy can get in and come and see us. Because last time I felt really mean because
fit on her husband, that sort of thing.
No, well, I felt really mean because where we sat, we were up a couple of stairs, and I forgot that Kathy was coming with the mobility scooter. And you know, the Wetherspoons did have a ramp, but it wasn't strong enough to get them up the stair. It was a nightmare. So we're starting off in a place where everyone can get in this time round. So yes, so I've shared it as an event, and I've invited people on the event. If you want to invite other people that I haven't invited, please feel free to do so. I notice people have started to do, which is great. More the merrier. And it is just a great way of getting to know us all and meeting up in person as well. So it's brilliant. Google's how far Chester is from Aberdeenshire. Now, you could get the train into Warrington. So if you go from Aberdeen to Glasgow, then Glasgow to Warrington, then you can go from Warrington to Chester, and you probably get it done in about 4 hours, 5 hours. That'll be the way that I do it. Not that I know all the train routes or nothing.
If you've got a secret sort of
knowledge
of trains or something, it's just like
it takes 18 hours. Probably.
Well, Warrington to Glasgow takes 2.5 hours, so I'm assuming Aberdeen to Glasgow is probably an hour.
Yeah, and but then how long in between each one, isn't it? That's the thing.
And then Warrington to Chester's 40 minutes. So,
I went into popped into the loft the other day, picked out some of the ones that I want to watch soon. So obviously we've got the Tina Turner one we were talking about last week. Nicolas Cage, Leaving Las Vegas, Village of the Damned, and I've picked out the Stanley Kubrick's 2001. So it's only because I know we're going to put Tina Turner on the wheel, weren't we?
It's on the wheel.
Yes. So
I put it on last week.
Because I've got those anniversary editions of Jaws and iRobot, I thought I'll bring that one down now as well. So
where have you left your anorak? What's this? If I come, I might have to split. Bathgate. My auntie used to live in Bathgate. Yeah, just down by the park. About 5 minutes drive away from town.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, Kathy. Literally, he's just about to go, yes, if you move on to this line and then you move on to the 27 line, you can go straight, follow it down.
You don't have to. Warrington Bankeys are on the main trip.
You just proved a point.
So you go from Glasgow Central to Warrington Bankey, then you go from Warrington Bankey to Chester. And on that route you go through Runcorn East, Runcorn,
oh my God,
Frodsham, Chester.
Did you get all that, Chris? Are you writing that down? Taking notes.
You've got to know the area that you live in, don't you? You know?
Hey, Sarah.
Yeah, it's a long drive. It is a long drive. I definitely do the train if you were going to come down.
Well, that'd be nice. The more the merrier. It'd be great to see people.
Yeah. There you go. See? It's not for that when you go to Crewe, but then if you're going to Crewe, you go
oh
through
my God. You've started him off now, guys.
There you go. See? Oh, at least I'm not talking about Halo or Starship Troopers.
There is that. Well, we've only had the one thing mentioned today.
No, definitely come down. You're more than welcome. The more people that come down, the better. And like you say, we have had a good fun, good laugh at the last couple of meetups that we've gone on to. So yeah, it'll be nice to see you all. You're more than welcome. For his TikTok, I don't do TikTok.
I reckon you got a train TikTok channel, haven't you?
Oh, right. Okay. There you go. There you go. Right, ladies and gents, I think we'll call it a day there. But yes, if you would like to be added in to the group, or if you like to be invited to get an official invite to the thing, then please let us know. We'll send you the details over. If not, then please do check out the Facebook page, because I'll put the information in there, not just on the event. You can also find us on Instagram under moviechats_2021. And yeah, we like to put regular content out, and we do our live streams every week. So don't forget to hit that like button, because that just tells YouTube that
Really helps.
we're all actually doing something great, and it does push our content out to other people. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe. But according to our analytics, 90% of you that do watch us are already subscribed. So the 10% aren't, then please hit that subscribe button. And we are on 332 subscribers.
I know that's shot up this week, hasn't it, a bit?
We got 5 new subscribers this week. So that
you know why? Really, because you put out that Carboot Chris was coming on, and that was it. Everyone just subscribed.
Yeah, I bet that was the case.
Now you've said that, now you're leaving. You know, if we're back down to 327, we know why that is. So yes, so thank you for all the support, and like you say, we would like to get to that magical 1,000. So sometime in next year. So that'll be really, really good if we can do that. But if we don't, it's no big shakes, because you know that we just enjoy talking to you guys and talking movies anyway. But thank you for the support to the channel. On that note, I'll love yous and leave yous. Chris, Steve, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great evening. Take care.
Not so much little Steve. He's not welcome anymore. Right, guys. Catch you in a bit. Bye-bye.
Bye.